Let's talk about what's funny. Let's talk about what comedy is. Now, they say that comedy is tragedy plus time. Now, I believe that. That sounds about right, doesn't it? But what about when you've been partying for so long, tweaking, drinking, whatever, for so long, so hard, that you just get caught up in the swirl of debauchery, perversion, cosplay? What if you get caught up in that cyclone of artificial fucking toxic clouds, recreational, of course? Is that funny? Time stops. Let's examine this. Now, I'm not going to make a sweeping generalization about people. Oh, well, if you're an addict, you do this, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to nope, I'm not going to do it. Because to each his own, and to each circumstance, as I say, circumstance is a bitch. Circumstance is such a fucking bitch. But I'm going to share observations that I've made and truths that I've had to realize going through at least 5 years of drinking, smoking, popping, slamming, putting it in my butt. Don't tell anyone. Every letter of the alphabet, I've tried it. Stuck in a K-hole. You know, stuck in a K-hole. You know, I crawled out of a K-hole and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. And more K. Trust me, it's funny. And you ask yourself, is it funny? Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. I mean, you have conversations with people that are so smart and so intelligent, but so fucked up at the same time, and you're like, is this funny? Conversations as diverse as the fucking LGBTQ rainbow, LGBTQRSTUVWXYZ. And by the way, if you can get me some good Z, no, I'm just playing. Trust me, it's funny. When you find yourself on your back on a mirrored floor, looking up at a mirrored ceiling, next to the person next to you, and you're like, are we having fun yet? He looks at you and says, well, honey, if you don't know and I don't know, then we must be doing something right. Hey, is that a camera? Oh, sweetie, I never do that. Oh, yeah, right. You know, that's funny. Those situations are funny. And the moment, just like that moment when you're on fucking the train or the bus or you're in a crowd of fucking people and you're like, do I smell like fucking Crisco? Yeah, you do. And people know that smell. They know that smell. You know that smell. Everybody knows the smell of fucking Crisco. Ugh. You know, and they're looking at you like fucking, you smell like Crisco, and they're like, oh, tacky. Fucking Crisco. Oh, that's fucking ghetto. And it is tacky. And it is funny. Even though it's happening to you, it's fucking funny. And it's tacky and it's funny. And you find yourself in a fucking dark room with a bunch of fucking faggots and you're just like watching some fucking porn. Yeah, I did use the word faggot, and I'll get back to that. We'll get back to that. Trust me. Hold on. Sitting in a room with a bunch of fucking weirdos in a dark room, because it's always a group, watching some weird fucking porn. Like Tony the Tiger shit. Like fucking some dude dressed as a fucking tiger, fucking with his dick out, and fucking getting hit in the head with a fucking foam bat. And, you know, hands tied with saran wrap. And the people you're with are like, oh, well, this isn't my thing, but I'm kind of into it. And you're like, okay, This isn't your thing, but you just beat off to it twice. And of course, then that's when everybody looks at you and they're like, dude, don't get weird. Don't get weird. Don't get weird. What is weird at that point? Missionary on the bed? That's fucking weird at that point. If you're fucking find yourself watching furry porn with a bunch of fucking weirdos, dude, don't get weird. Okay, I won't get weird. But can we turn this shit off? Trust me. Trust me when I tell you it's funny. You know, find yourself in the ER. Sometimes, because it did get stuck in her pussy. That's all there is to it. I mean, if something gets stuck in your pussy or up your butt, you have to go to the emergency room. Don't kid yourself. But let's get back to the word faggot. Okay? Faggot. You know, a lot of people throw words like that just to be hurtful. Me, I use that word as a description. Because let's face it, I've sucked a lot of dick. I've earned it. I know what the word means. Enough to fucking own it, patent it, put it on a t-shirt if I chose. If I had one of those cards where every dick I sucked at, I'd get a free sandwich, I would have earned that sandwich a long time ago. Let's just put it this way. When I got my shit together and I stopped deep throating, it was like a national day of mourning. It's like, oh my god, Mike stopped sucking dick. What are we gonna do? We're gonna have to fucking call that Filipino guy who fucking speaks in tongues and steals our fucking cologne. What are the neighbors gonna think? Black veils, crying, mascara running, all that shit. They were sad. I was kind of sad, but it is funny, when you look at yourself and you step away and you look at yourself and you're like, is this funny? Are we having fun yet? What fucking day is it? Is it still Tuesday? Tuesday number 5? 12? As long as it's a prime number, I guess. If you're into prime numbers. I'm not into it, but I'm kind of into it. It's funny. Just like it's funny when you have to fucking tell people where you've been for 4 fucking days and they're not partying. And you wish you weren't. But sometimes that's all you got. And you gotta tell people. They're like, dude, where have you been for fucking 2 weeks? Well, let me tell you what happened. Okay, I was going to the store and I ran into blah 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 blah. Next thing you know, fucking we're at the ER because it got stuck in her fucking pussy. I tried to get it out with a pair of tongs, but then that shit got stuck and we ended up going to the supermarket because we ran out of Crisco. Because that's the rule. We said, fuck it, go to the supermarket. But we ended up having to go to the fucking emergency room because it did get fucking stuck in her pussy. We've all been there. But you do get lost. You get lost. To quote Rocky Horror, lost in time, lost in space and meaning. Is it funny? After a while, not so much. Because comedy plus tragedy, comedy is tragedy plus time, but when you're spun and it's been Tuesday going on for 4 months, it's just tragic. And after a while, time starts to creep forward. Without you, your life stays still. But everybody else moves forward. Time moves forward. That's just how it is. Don't give me that fucking time is a human construct shit, because whether it is or not, we are 3-dimensional beings and it is our construct and we're in it. Time moves forward. Lives move forward. Your job is long gone. Because your motherfucking ass is spun the fuck out. You think it's fucking Tuesday and it's actually 5 Thursdays from now. And your motherfucking ass is still trying to get a hotel room. How are you gonna pay for that shit? I'll just suck a dick. It's like, okay, well, have fun. Is it funny? Well, it better be. At least, passed out, dressed as a cheetah. We've all been there. And it's funny. But you do get lost. And the realization is that, yeah, that does smell like Crisco. You smell like Crisco. And you ever had Crisco on you? It's fucking horrible. It gets in your fucking pores. You gotta take 2 showers at least to fucking. You're gonna smell like Crisco for the rest of the day at least. The clothes you're wearing, you have to get rid of because they will forever smell like Crisco. Or they'll have mysterious stains on them because Crisco doesn't fucking wash out. You know how expensive it is to fucking be a Crisco using power bottom? Or anything involved with Crisco or Power Top or whatever, anything with Crisco involved, it's expensive because you have to keep buying clothes. People looking at you, ooh, Crisco, tacky. That's the reality. Your reality. If that's what you choose to do. Comedy, tragedy, plus time. But when you're partying, it's just tragic. Wasted potential, your potential, my potential, the potential for anything. And screaming, party's over. Right. Realization is A. Crisco, no bueno. Tuesday, sometimes lasts longer than you think. And if it gets stuck in your pussy or in your ass, go to the emergency room. You have to. That's all I got.